Canada is widely regarded as a great country. Of course, there are people that don't like it, but on the most part, people seem to like it. I mean, it got number 8 in the Peace Index when the US got number 96. I mean, even Saudi Arabia did better. And if you do some reading about Canada, you'll see that it always seems to be in the liberal side of things. There's the peacefulness that I just mentioned, the age of consent, the gay rights, etc. Even the conservatives are kind of liberal. Don't get me wrong or anything, I was liberal as an ex-Canadian. It's just a bit ridiculous when approximately 33 million people have the same political position, at least in comparison to some places. And as someone who's lived in Canada his whole life, the uniformity is sometimes pretty ubiquitous. Take poutine for example. I love poutine. It's delicious. I think I would pick a plate of poutine over a brick of gold. At least, I would if the poutine was as rare as the gold, but no, that just can't be the case. You can buy poutine anywhere in Canada. Eastside Mario's, Taco Bell, McDonald's, Burger King, Philo's, Billy K's, Dairy Queen, KFC, Wendy's. I can't even go to the bathroom without someone offering me poutine. It seems like the only place you can't get poutine is Tim Hortons, but why the hell not? I mean, Tim Hortons sells soup in edible bowls and puts ice in their cappuccinos. Nothing's too insane for them, so why the lack of poutine? Why not have chocolate-covered poutine, or ice poutine, or poutine that comes with an edible fork? Why the hell not? Then there are the bags. There are more bags in Canada than there is snow. Just look at these burritos. They have their own individual bags inside this bigger bag. These pocket things are the same. They sell bags of pizza, bags of milk, bags of chocolate milk, bags of sugar, bags of oatmeal, noodles, macaroni, you name it. The only bags they don't have are tea bags because they're too busy buying iced cappuccino from Tim Hortons to make tea. I mean, why do I even have this kettle? There's a machine right there that boils water, so what possible use do I have for a kettle? It's not like we have tea in Canada. Sometimes it seems like the only thing that isn't completely uniform is hockey. And when I say hockey, I mean hockey teams, because the game itself is still uniformly loved. I mean, people still talk about the Summit Series, which happened in 1972, 36 years ago, and Canadians still talk about it. But back to hockey teams. There are 3 main teams where I live: the Ottawa Senators, the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the Montreal Canadiens. Just look at these names. I mean, they don't even make sense. What do Maple Leafs have to do with Toronto? Toronto's the capital of Ontario. The Maple Leaf represents Canada. And why are they the Leafs? Why not the Leaves? What the hell's the point of misspelling the name? Next to the Montreal Canadiens. Montreal's in Quebec, which means it's mostly populated by francophones, so their name kinda makes sense. I mean, Canadian is spelled with an E in French, so it fits. But why does it have to be so general? In the entirety of Quebec, which is freaking enormous, they're the only team that can be called the Canadiens. Why? Is it just their way of spiting Quebec separatists? That's kind of bitter, isn't it? And last is the Ottawa Senators. Now here's a name I can understand. Ottawa's the capital of Canada, home of the Senate, and therefore the Senators. Makes perfect sense. If only more hockey teams would be like the Senators and not the Vancouver Canucks. I don't even need to make fun of their name. Speaking of names, what the hell is up with Canada's history? First we had New France when the French tried to settle the area. I guess that makes sense, though I'm not giving any points for creativity. Then Britain came in and made Upper and Lower Canada, which for some reason were upside down. Then look at these areas. Rupert's Land, the King's Domain. Do I even need to comment on these? In 1867, when the 4 provinces of present-day Canada decided to join together into one country, the name caused a bit of a to-do. Not the Canada part, no, everyone loved that. The thing was the Kingdom part. That's right, the Kingdom of Canada. We really liked Britain. The problem was that the United States, who, even by that point were a bit scary, really didn't like Britain, and weren't too keen on having a kingdom to the north. So what did? We became the Dominion of Canada. Oh, okay, that makes sense, except for one thing. We're still the Dominion of Canada. In fact, we're the only Dominion in the entire world. Even Australia, which still has the British flag in the corner of their flag, has moved on from this nonsense. So why hasn't Canada? Anyway, I guess I got a bit carried away with this video. Long story short, you're all a bunch of hosers, and Canada is freaking wheat.